Metaverse Observations is the title of today's lesson. If you've been following the metaverse, you've probably noticed that the metaverse debate is becoming increasingly popular. There are many different perspectives on such an ever-changing and evolving frontier. Some question it, others advocate it in various companies. Practices continue to occur, so which practices and perspectives are worth considering and which should be avoided? Today, I am your eyes. And I will screen and sort out notable voices for you on a regular basis, as well as share my thinking, logic and understanding perspective with you. As always, my understanding may be incorrect, but I'm simply offering a viewpoint on the metaverse for you to consider. Okay, let's get this conversation started by taking a look at two recent examples. Recently there has been a particularly popular belief that the metaverse will lead to the demise of human civilization as a whole. The so-called INV illusion is simply a state in which humans are immersed in meaningless competition for the advancement of civilization in a closed system that is constantly consuming and stagnating. Those who believe that the metaverse will lead humanity into evolution, believe that the Earth's resources will be depleted in the future, leaving humanity with no choice but to explore outward and go to outer space to discover more resources and continue our own civilization. As a result, many countries have continued to invest in human space flight, space monitoring and other aspects for many years. While commercial companies including SpaceX have been attempting to build rockets, travel to the moon and explore Mars in the private sector, in contrast, everything that humans create in the virtual or digital world is symbolic in this view, and it has no meaning for human space exploration. And if everyone is immersed in the virtual world, no one will have time or energy to focus on the real world and solve real-world problems. As a result of this point of view, people will fall into a meaningless state of evolution as long as man goes crazy with symbolic creation in the metaverse, and I believe that the metaverse will not allow human civilization to decay. Let's take a look at why, to begin with the development of the metaverse and the exploration of outer space are not binary choices. Is it possible that because Zuckerberg is completely transforming the metaverse, NASA's space program and Musk's SpaceX will stop working on it? No, I don't believe so. Not only is it impossible, but the metaverse can also help us better understand outer space. If the application scenarios are realistically developed, we used to go to science class as kids and we'd use textbooks and video materials to discuss space, or in the lab we'd use the globe to understand natural laws and astronomical telescopes to observe the stars. Students, however, can get a closer look at Saturn and experience the depth of the craters on the Moon's surface using VR headsets or holograms in a metaverse that fully simulates the solar system's environment. Students will have a better learning experience in an immersive classroom, and their creativity and curiosity will be stimulated. Furthermore, the metaverse can provide solutions to everyday practices such as explorations that are difficult to accomplish due to physical space-time constraints. For example, if we want to make New York a 100% smart city, we will need to measure, plan and adjust existing facilities in addition to building a lot of new smart infrastructure. Should the city's roads, various pipelines, power grid and underground water system, for example, be removed or adjusted? Will they function properly when linked to new technologies? It is difficult to imagine conducting such experiments directly in a non-stop megacity, anticipating all risks and preparing countermeasures in advance. However, if we can first construct a smart New York in the metaverse, then discover the problems through realistic operation and Keep refining, we will be able to apply the reliable solutions we eventually develop to the real smart city construction. To summarize the metaverse, in my opinion, will not allow humans to enter the so-called INV illusion all state and abandoned exploration of outer space and transformation of the real world. The reason for this is that developing the metaverse and exploring outer space are not mutually exclusive. Rather, using the metaverse effectively can provide us with a better understanding of outer space. If the application scenarios are developed rationally, the metaverse can also provide solutions for practices in our lives. Consider the second point: the metaverse will cause people to lose interest in the real world. Want the concept of the metaverse just encourage those who want to give up in life to give up. Even more completely. Many people wondered people's desires are naturally easily satisfied in the virtual world because the metaverse provides the virtual experience. Assume that socially disadvantaged people put on a VR headset and enter the metaverse where they see themselves living in a large house of 300 square meters with the windows set at random to provide a sea view or a mountain view. What do you think they think? They may simply want to remain immersed in the metaverse and lose motivation to change their real life, thus completely losing interest in the real world. According to my personal observations, the metaverse will not cause people to abandon the real world entirely. While people want in the metaverse is not easily obtained with a single click of a mouse but also necessitates labor to obtain. Do you remember what the term metaverse means? It is a possible digital world in which people participate and live in a digital identity because people participate. The rules of the real world will be reflected in the virtual world. In real life, you must engage in labor and production before exchanging what you desire in accordance with the rules. The same is true in the metaverse, where everything requires you to trade your time or creativity in exchange for it. If you want a house with an ocean view, you can either buy some land and build yourself or hire a construction team to do it for you. So the notion that we can escape from the real world to the metaverse and then get something for nothing in the metaverse is completely incorrect. On the other hand, you can participate in the creation of new forms of economy in the metaverse. Consider why some people in the real world choose to give up. Essentially, they are unable to find a way out because they are constrained by the established rules of real life. The metaverse has the potential to solve this problem because the metaverse may open up new possibilities that do not exist in the real world. In reality, it's difficult to make money from building blocks, for example. However, this creative ability can be extremely useful in a metaverse made of digital pixel blocks. You can expand your ideas and construct various pixel houses to attract other people in the metaverse. They may directly purchase your houses, hire you to design them, or even export your ideas to the real world and build actual houses in the future. The metaverse's economic system may be linked to the real world, forming a closed loop between virtual and reality. This means that you who are only good at building blocks but have no chance of achieving success in the real world, can create value and accumulate assets in the metaverse, which will improve your real life and allow you to find meaning in your life. As you can see, the metaverse does not allow people to completely abandon reality because it cannot function without rules similar to those in the real world. First, you must give your time and creativity in exchange for what you want. Second, you can participate in the creation of new forms of economy, to cash in on your abilities and possibly bring the value created in the virtual world back into reality. We have sorted out an answer to representative questions about the recent metaverse in this lecture, which we hope will inspire you. So thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again soon.